Yeah, I think I might have been burning the candle at both ends a little too much just lately. Not under pressure or anything like that, simply because I chose to, and it was, sort of just it's what I do. But I definitely got my tits in a bit of a tangle one way and another, and sort of lost track of where I was at with a lot of this online play, online recording, and so on. And so just lately, it's been a bit of a mess. But the most important thing is that I've got my sort of Jiminy Cricket, my ever alert Baccarat Win Pro program here. And since these days I always mix Baccarat and Blackjack together, as you may have noticed, playing them kind of side by side, this kind of helps me straighten things out. I thought that I'd mixed up number 5 with number 6, but it seems not, according to this uh, summary here. And obviously, I type in these bits, but this lot is automatically entered by the program, and it also does things like results by played shoes, no, by sessions, which is also pretty revealing. It gives the dates and times and so on. It does take a while to load. I hope in the edit that I'll remember to close this gap, because it is a bit annoying. And a very small price to pay for the high level of accuracy that I get. I don't know why it would take as long as it does, but it does. I guess because it has to go back to the beginning of time, right? Come on then. Cough it up. Spit it out. All right. So volume result for Thursday, 18,000, and there you see it. I mean, it's astounding, really. And there is a big loss down here, that's for sure. 124,700 whatever. But clearly there must have been a big blackjack payback in there, because otherwise that wouldn't stand. I'd have just kept fighting. So I'll need to go back to the April 21st. So if I go back to my played shoes, you can skip. Obviously, you can skip through this lot if you don't want to. Presumably it's on 2 here. Yeah, you see, blackjack was 235,450. Bloody hell. But this is what's so wonderful about Baccarat Win Pro, in which I have no financial interest. And I do have their support in that they don't charge me for using the program. But I mean, that's worth what? 20 a month at the most. It's much appreciated, but I'm just saying, let's keep things in perspective here. They're not exactly paying me a bloody fortune, but they are doing me a great favor, so I appreciate that, in case they're watching. But yeah, that's the story. So, okay, that huge loss there was offset by a massive profit over on blackjack. And that sort of thing doesn't happen often, let's be fair. It does not come up like that very often. Here, for instance, we had 21,300 lost at Baccarat, but 70,000 won at blackjack. And that's the sort of thing that happens when you bounce backwards and forwards. But I have to say that even these sessions of mine, they're not meant to be gospel. They're just a guide. They're just there to show you what can be achieved if you bet smart, if you bet, well, I just used it in a comment online to WBG of Vegas Matt's little group, because he just played out a session where he won way more bets than he lost. And yet, because he was betting like a rube who's just stepped up to the blackjack table for the first time in his life, he made money, but he didn't make nearly as much as he could have. but I mean, those guys, they've all got tons of money, and very little nous, it seems to me, or they are basically acting under instruction from the casinos that sponsor them and host them and blah blah, where you can do what you like as long as you don't teach people how to beat us. I don't know. There's something very, very odd going on there, in my opinion, because there is no doubt that WBG, which is supposed to mean world's biggest gambler, and I don't know whether it means the money or his girth. He's not that huge, actually. I mean, he's not obese or anything. He's probably a little bit overweight. But anyway, WBG, and then the other one they call W2Jesus. I suppose it's to protect their anonymity. And then there's Matt Morrow and his son EJ, who I learn is 30. He always comes across as being a lot younger than that, but I don't know. Well, whatever. Yeah, so that's the story currently, and I can now move on to actually playing over here. So I'm going to pause while I get the Baccarat game in place, and then I'll start another session. All right, now I've got the screen set to the right size, and I think I just said set up Baccarat, and of course I meant blackjack. Sometimes, you got one word in your head and another one comes out of your mouth, but that's something that happens when you get beyond a certain age. I think it's 21. Well, I got past that marker a long time ago, so who knows? Anyway, we've got this, and we've got blackjack, which has got a little too wide a margin there, but that's all right. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so I think I'll start with blackjack this time. Still turbo, as you can see. Oh, look, I didn't even set it to turbo. I just so used to the fact that it doesn't do it. It's almost a relief in a way, because at least I can follow what's going on. Being a bit slow in my old age. I think that's another plus. Oh dear. Now bust it. That's not a bust. Okay, so that's going to be 1-2. Second. Oh dear. Oh, double dear. Okay, 1-2 second. 3-4 third. Oh, that's a double there. Oh God, the worst. The worst. Okay. So that's 8-8, which we might as well call 10-10. Drop. 12-10. All right, so that's 3 back, so that's 9-10. Don't think that's going to do it for us somehow. 19-20 second. We're getting into deep weeds here, the long grass. 19-20 second. Look at that bugger up there. All right, let's call it 19-25 for the push. That's not looking good. All right, I'll leave that. Oh, jeepers. Hate it. All right, so we are in the weeds here. 19-25, so that's 4.5. So that's 5-3. I think I'm going to stick with this here for a while. But of course, what we're really doing is moving to another table, right? But anyway, 5-3, and the drop is to 1,000. Well, that was handy. 4-3. 1, 2, 3. Oh dear! Oh God! Unbelievable! Not unbelievable. Okay, 7-6. Damn it! Damn it! Eh. Well, we made it finally. Okay, so 1-2. Bugger. 3-4. That would have been nice to get that turnaround, wouldn't it? Oh boy. Maybe. Don't get an 8. And there we made it. Okay, so that put us on, as they say, in certain hallowed areas of the YouTube gambling channels. It's very interesting, you know. I just read today that YouTube is the only place where the casino business is allowed to advertise. Also, billboards going, you know, close to them, I think, but certainly not on television. So, I mean, basically, what's happened is that the gambling industry has found a way to circumvent the rules about advertising gambling, advertising casinos. So no wonder they're so falling over themselves to look after the likes of Vegas Matt and his shillions. Bugger. Double for the loss. Okay, 1, 2, third. All right, time to take a look at Baccarat. Oh dear, didn't even start a new show. How bad is that? +1, plus another one. That's another one. I do like the speed, that's for sure. Plus max, you can go as high as you like. I stop in a win progression, I stop at 5 units. Now I'll repeat that. And now we're on 3-4, third. 1, 2, 3, 4. It stays the same. Okay, out of trouble there. Double for the tie. +1. Plus another one. That's a double for the tie. And now we're on 2-3. 1, 2, 3. Oops. All right, 2-4. What's the difference? Only 100. Just remember, you will make mistakes too when you're into this, if you ever get into it, if you're smart. Oops. Used to repeat those, but not anymore. I'm more aggressive than I used to be. There we go. No, it's just to boost the final turnaround. You know, it's just a little wrinkle, a tweak. Well, we are so far ahead right now. It's crazy. Not in money terms, but in win terms. Look at that, 15-5. What was that just now? That was a loss of 100. So it's 1-2 again, isn't it? 1-2 second. 3-4 third. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, damn it! I can't count anymore. And then somebody's going to say, "Well, of course he only does that. He adds an extra 100 when he knows he's going to win." Ugh. Egypts, or as they say in Ireland, whole Egypts. WH, that is, not the other kind. I think that's got to be 1, 2, isn't it? 3, 4, third. 1, 2, 3, 4, third. There we go. Yeah, we got 18 wins and 9 losses, so I can't really bask in this because it'd be hard to lose, wouldn't it? 51, 2, 3. Yeah, we certainly are capable of winning even when we win fewer bets than we lose, but that's not happening right now. 51. Repeat that. Double it for the tie. 2, 3, second. 5, 6 is the third. Bugger. 11, 6. I think we'll hop. Yeah, we'll hop. P1, damn it. P2. I shouldn't have hopped. P3. Oh dear. Damn it. 11, 6. 17, 12. No, I'm not doing that. 17, 12. I'm going to call that 4, 3. All right, so now it's got to be 1, 2, but there's got to be a bit extra for the... Oh, no, I think we covered the commission by bumping that up. So, yeah, 1, 2. There it is. Minimum on the bank. Plus 1. 52 for the commission. Back to the min. Double for the loss. 1, 3 for the commish. 4, 6 is the third. No, I'm just... No, yeah, 4. No, I think that's wrong. Oh, I'm just going to do it anyway. All right. Now we'll go to player. B1. B2. God. No. 4. Did I say 4, 6? All right. That was a bit cheeky, actually, because we didn't need the commission adjustment. So now we're 28 wins to 20 losses. So we slipped back a little bit, but not very much. 51, second. 2, 3, third. 5, 3. I think we'll take that to blackjack. Oh, 8, 6. Second. Here we go. That's not good. 8, 6. So that's got to be... I think we better call it 20, 25. Damn it. What I needed was a 10 up there. Okay, so that's 45. So we'll call it 5, 3, and the drop is 1. Damn it. Not doing well with those, are we? Okay, well, a little better. So we just won 2 there. So 5, 3, so that's 3, 3, which is fair enough. Oh, God. Uh-oh. Need a 10 up there. Thank you. Okay, so we're doing well on blackjack right now, thanks to the doubles. So I'm happy about that. Oh, that's just rude. Big money at stake, too. 22. I think that's a repeater. All right, back to the min. Double for the loss. Yeah, that's a double. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Back to the min. Make a double like that, you go back to the minimum. That's a double too. 10. Yeah. +1. Oh, dear. 51 second. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it, Mr. Whiz. We'll repeat that one. Rudeness. That's double for the push. Oh dear, 2-3 second. Really rubbing it in now, isn't it? 5-6. Here we go again. Oh dear. All right, so that's 17-12, which is 4-3 in 500, so the drop is 500. So it's 3-3 now. Bust it! No, no busting. So that's 6-6. I'm going to call that 6-6 and a half. Oh shit. All right, so that's 6 and a half. That's 12 and a half. Damn it. 13. Maybe. Don't you dare. All right. And again, you know, the whole thing about you got to have money behind you. You just got to have money behind you. That's all it takes. You know, and you got to be prepared to walk a long way and wait a long time. But sometimes, you know. Alexa, stop. I do need a drink of water, that's for sure. Excuse me. If I was a better editor, I could get all these things out. But if wishes were horses. Not making it, are we? That looks to me like 1-2. Cheeky sod. 3-2 drop. 4-2. 5-2, 6-2, 7-2, 8-2, 8-2 it is still. 9-2. Don't like the way this is going. It's another one of those long ones, you know. I just feel like toughing it out. 10-2. Just to demonstrate the strategy. What? 10-2, it still is. Well, that improves it a little teeny weeny bit. So 10-2 is the bet. Not nearly enough. All right. 8-4. That's good. So we just got 6 back. So that's 2-3 now, isn't it? Bugger. Maybe. Yes. Back to the minimum. Bust it. Well done. All right, so that's a +1. Yeah, watching WBG just now was, I mean, it's extraordinary. He had some streaks to beat the band, and he just flat bet through them, with I think a couple of minor exceptions. But he calls pressing adding 1 unit, not doubling, adding 1 unit, and that just won't cut it. He did come out with a profit, it's true, but he could have made much more. Let's double for the push. And that's, damn it, 2-3 third. Here we go. Busted! Busted. There we go. All right. Definitely profit on the blackjack table, for sure. +1. Okay, so 51 second. I just knew it was going to be something. 151, 2-3 third. Now you could bust that if you really tried. There you are. Back to the min. Yeah, these guys, the way they play, it's mystifying to me. I'm obviously missing a trick here. I just don't know what they're up to. I think that beats me. 51. No, 1-2, is it? It's one or the other. 3-4 third. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't. 7-4 drop. Here we go again. Okay, so that's 5-4 because we got 2 back there. You don't take the 100s off, but you do take everything else off. So 5-4. This doesn't look good, does it? 9-8. Bloody hell. Let's call it 17-20 and be done with it. Okay, well, we're done with it now, aren't we? Okay, so that's 4-2 and the drop is 1. 5-2. Nice 22 up there. So 5-2. So we're on 4-2 now. Oh, that's a double. Made it work. I think that just worked, didn't it? Okay, so 4-2. We just got 4 back. So we go back to the. Am I right about that? Yeah. Back to the min. Now, where were you when I needed you? No, we did well. Puh. 51 second. Double down. That's not good. You can always tell, when there's a non-bust coming. I don't know why. I think that's got to be. It's probably 2-3, but I'm going to call it 3-4. Ace. That's not an ace. Well, that's better. Whoa. Cheapers. Back to the min. Another 21. I think that was a plus. I'm not sure, though. That's 1-2. That's good. Double for the loss. Double for the push. Very pretty. I think that's a repeat. That's 1-2. Yeah, the ones of these, sort of demos that I'm doing here, the ones I like the best are the ones where I lose more bets than I win, but still come out on top. Because winning, making a profit when you've won more bets than you've lost is no big deal. I mean, even WBG with his sort of very odd, very kind of rube-like betting in the session that I just added to the Vegas mat set. He came out a winner, but damn it, he he really should have. I can't remember the exact. I think he won 25 and lost 15. I'm going to look back here and just see if I can find it. It's pretty recent, so I added it to my my Vegas mat tracking model, and it's just it's crazy because he should be doing far better. Far better. Yeah, he won 25 and lost 15. I think he came out with 1,800 profit or something like that. And just honestly, not good enough. I think that must be back to the min, isn't it? If only I was paying attention. That might work. Only just. Okay, well, that was impressive. That's like 2-3, isn't it? Yeah, you have to make sure that your bets are related to the depth of the hole you're in. You must do that, or you've got no chance. Okay, that was a wash. Double for the push. Busted. That is not a bust. Hmm. Okay. Well, we're doing all right over here. We're not doing so well over there, so I better go back over there in a minute. I love those 22s. I really do. Okay, let's go back. The next bet over here is going to be 50. Plus 1. 1, 2. That's good. Yeah, we made some serious money this time. But I think it's been, the wind has been at our back, so not that impressive. 1, 2. That's good. Oops, that's not good. Minimum. Plus 1. Repeat. Okay, well, that's the end of that. We're at 31 minutes, which I think is enough play. So I will save this and take a quick look at the result. Well, I think it was good. I don't see how it could not be, but then there were a lot more wins than losses, so I could be wrong about that. 36 into 7,000 and 27 into 4,225. That is 1-4. So all I have to do is pause here, and then I can figure it out. So there, I got a reminder that I'm a real slow learner. I just used the onboard calculator there, and it only took a couple of minutes. And I'm thinking, why haven't I done that before? Yeah, dumbass. Plus 195 was the average win, and minus 156, and that's 125%, which is pretty much the sweet spot. I always say, if I can get 125%, then I'm going to be a happy camper, or as they say in the UK, a happy bunny. And I have no idea why there's that difference, but there is. So I'm a happy camping bunny, something like that. Anyway, so that's pretty decent. And so we've got plus 278 over here, plus 2789, really, plus 2789. And then over on blackjack, we've got a shitload, plus 16275. And that's, well, that's a win worth having, isn't it? So we don't need to do the maths there. But there you got it. Another session, another win, another no surprise. Okay, so here's the bottom line, the nitty-gritty, the worksheet, the numbers, the blah, blah, whatever, for the session that you just limped through, watched entirely all the way through. We'll accept quiz questions on. Whatever. And I'm always having to deal with people who say that, I'm sort of like taking all the fun out of gambling and I'm reducing it to, something that's not entertainment, it's numbers, it's blah, blah. And the truth of the matter is, if you want to treat gambling as entertainment, as fun and games, and if you want to go along with the casino idea that losing is fun and exciting and thrilling and all the rest of it, then good luck to you. I have never, ever been able to do that. I mean, the very first time I started playing cards for pocket money was when I was about 10 or 11 years old, and back then I couldn't see any point in, risking money that I could use on wagon wheels and Mars bars and peanuts and God knows what, giving it away to other people just on the turn of a card. So I started to pay attention to numbers, and that's not because I'm some kind of prodigy. It's just basically, I suppose, because I'm a skinflint. I just don't like, I like to think of myself as being generous, especially with people I love. But getting ripped off, no, thank you, not my thing. So anyway, here we've got another situation where the algorithm algae didn't do as well as the real time thing did, and I think that's basically because in a real time situation in these sessions that I'm recording for the Practice Makes Profit channel, what I'm doing is I'm rounding up and I'm sort of like, I'm not going for drama, but I am trying to demonstrate how different it is to be a human being in real time with, okay, it's not real money, but I'm playing with it as if it is real money, in the sense that, I'm making the right bets. Every so often I screw up and, either bet too little or too much. But generally speaking, what I'm doing is just trying to show you all that, if you adopt the kind of attitude to these casino games that you see reflected across the board with the professional losers on YouTube, then you will fall on your ass. There's no doubt about it. You will end up leaving money behind in Las Vegas where, frankly, they don't need it. So don't do that, okay? If you can't afford to win, don't bet. That's the most important thing, because you must have a lot of money behind you in order to be able to operate any successful approach to these games of chance, but particularly this one. And just remember, progressive betting is the only way that you can recover your prior losses in fewer bets than it took you to lose the money in the first place. Progressive betting is not a sort of crazy option. It is the only option if you plan to walk away with a profit. So this is another example of that, and it goes on forever and ever. And sometimes I wonder if it makes any sense for me to take the time and trouble that I do to transcribe every spit and cough over to Excel. But I have to say, I think it is worth it, because everything comes down to the numbers. And if you look at the win-loss pattern, these are my favorite charts because they just show you at a glimpse why pattern betting works, why it will not always, not guaranteed, maybe someday, one day, blah, blah. But mostly it's pretty damn tough to beat. That's the truth. And I'm still waiting for the other shoe to drop, and I've been doing this now for weeks and weeks, months and months. I mean, God knows how long. And especially since I upgraded to this new recorder, which is so much better, screen recorder. I'm putting a lot of time in, basically doing what you're doing, waiting for the other shoe to drop, waiting for me to go bust. And we saw an example the other day of the martingale, the simple martingale, the double up, sort of like, one unit, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, blah, 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 whatever, finally going bust because there was a run of 17 consecutive losses. Well, progressive betting is the only way you can do this, but you can't let it run riot. You've got to have some kind of a brake, B-R-A-K-E, that is, a foot pedal that you push down and say, okay, I'm pulling down, reducing the bets until I see signs that potentially, and there's never any guarantee, all this nonsense about so-and-so is due and such is due, and look at the board and, smell which direction the wind is blowing, and hold up a handkerchief or a wet finger, or I don't know, any of that stuff. It's all nonsense. It's all absolute crap, along with shuffles and cuts and burns and blah, blah, So anyway, all I can do is just keep showing you these things, and you can take them or leave them. And what I haven't done is update this thing over here, so I'm going to pause to do that. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit better with all of the clever clogs crap that's built into this new screen recorder. and that saved us both a little time, I guess. But here, this wasn't, this was not a particularly hard session. We ended up with a 7.5 player edge, which is a wonderful thing and should be guaranteed every time you go to one of these tables. But we lost 10 and won 6. We ended up with winnings of 1,425. The house advantage in that little skirmish was 25%. Should have lost 1,594. And oh, whoops, instead we won 1,425. And that's basically what pattern betting is all about. It's all about winning more when you win than you lose when you lose. And it amazes me how many people cannot get their heads around that. They just cannot get their heads around it. But hey, that's really not my problem. Average win for Algae was 285. Average loss was 194. So that's an average win value over average loss value of 147%, which is fine by me. Real Play won 16,500, which is just a slight discrepancy from what was recorded on the Sims. But a nice 18.6% of total action. Algae's action was proportionally a little bit higher. So instead of 18.6%, it was 17.8. Algae's exposure was 2,325. Real Plays was 6,400. All fine, no problem. Nothing much else to tell you, really. I am grateful for the attention that some people are paying to these demos, and I would imagine that over time they'll get a little bit more interest. Who knows? But the message that I really, really want to get across to all of you is, if you're among the mindless millions who are watching the likes of Vegas Matt and Mr. Handpay and all the others flinging money into slot machines and playing table games as if it was the first time I'd ever encountered one, and I do know, can I double here? Should I split that? It's bizarre. These are professionals. They're gambling not just every day, but several times every day. So are they playing us for fools, or what's going on? Come on. I listen to the Vegas Matt crew, sort of say, well, I don't know, maybe press, maybe, and then they have a great run of wins, do nothing with them. It's insane. And I just can't help thinking they're doing it on purpose. WBG did reply to me once, and he said, no, we do not lose intentionally. But he didn't say much. That was it. 3 words, I think. But anyway, that's it for now. I will catch you next time. And thanks for being there.